Garden of Eden, the choice that changed eternity. Imagine a world untouched by pain, where death is a stranger and every breath is a sacred gift. A place where time flows gently and the heart knows only peace. This was Eden, a paradise beyond dreams, where all of creation sang in harmony. Every moment here was an eternal embrace, a dance of light and life unbroken. In this sacred garden, humanity did not walk alone. The divine presence moved like a gentle wind, weaving life with love and intention. Adam and Eve walked hand in hand, hearing the Creator's voice as if it were the rhythm of their own heartbeats. They felt the pulse of life flowing through every leaf, every stream, every breath. There was no fear, no shame, no hunger. Innocence was their cloak, and every need was met effortlessly. The garden overflowed with abundance, and yet within this perfect world, a single command stood firm, a boundary set not in judgment, but in love and protection. At the heart of paradise stood the tree of knowledge of good and evil, a symbol and a test. God said, "You may eat freely from every tree in the garden, but from this one you must not eat, for in the day you eat from it, you shall surely die." This boundary was a mystery, a challenge, a gift wrapped in paradox. But a serpent moved with cunning grace, weaving words of curiosity and doubt. Did God really say you would die? Or is there knowledge meant to be claimed, a truth hidden from you to keep you small? The serpent's voice was soft, seductive, the ancient temptation to awaken, to rebel, to question. What does freedom truly mean? Is it blind obedience to safety, or the courage to seek truth even at great cost? Eve listened. Her heart fluttered with the promise of knowledge, of something beyond innocence. The fruit, so vibrant, so forbidden, called to her. One bite, the world held its breath, the first act of defiance or courage, depending on who tells the story. Innocence shattered and awareness awakened. This was the gateway into a life filled with pain, yes, but also with profound beauty, love, and growth. Adam did not hesitate. Sharing the burden and the gift, he took the fruit and stepped with Eve beyond the garden's safe embrace. Together, they entered the unknown, the unfolding drama of human existence, where choice carries both risk and infinite possibility. The garden grew silent. The presence of the divine seemed to recede. Shame and sorrow entered the world, like a heavy shadow. Yet even in this exile, a seed of hope was planted, the promise of redemption, growth, and eventual return to grace. What was lost was not only paradise, but the innocence of unchosen life. The gift given was free will, the power to choose, to struggle, to fall, and to rise again. This gift marked the beginning of the soul's long journey toward wholeness and awakening. The Garden of Eden is more than a story of beginnings. It is a mirror reflecting our own inner worlds, where every soul faces the choice between fear and love, ignorance and awakening, captivity and freedom. Within each of us lies the serpent and the tree, the garden and the exile. Our challenges, our pains, our deepest awakenings, all part of the sacred dance toward wholeness, the eternal interplay of light and shadow that defines our very existence. Consider this. Why would God create the tree of knowledge and place it in the garden if he already knew the outcome? why would he set Adam and Eve in Eden, only to bar them from heaven at the start? Could it be that in his wisdom, he knew, just as children test boundaries, we would reach for that which was forbidden? That perhaps it was never about keeping us from perfection, but guiding us toward it through experience, choice, and return? And what of the serpent? Why allow such a voice in the garden at all, unless it too was part of the divine plan? A catalyst, a mirror, a necessary shadow to awaken the light within us. Perhaps the garden was never meant to be our final home, but the place where our journey back truly began. So ask yourself, what is the forbidden fruit in your life? What truth are you ready to face? What choice will lead you into your own awakening? Remember, the path to your highest self begins with courage and choice. Want to know what AI tool helped bring this story to life? See the link in my description to find out. Perhaps the fall was not the end, but the way home.